Well, getting on to the final rust on this El Camino, at least the final rust that I know about. I knew about this, so I got to make some steel for that. But when I pulled out the carpet, I expected to see a little bit of surface rust, and I was like, holy shit, look at that. There's actually a couple little holes there, but probably looks worse than it is. I'm going to pull this back further. Well, it is worse than I thought. So what it is, I thought it was just going to be some surface rust in a couple little holes. But this is all weak right here. This is going to have to be changed out. And what it is, I didn't notice it because the catalytic converter is right underneath that. So probably created some moisture or something. I don't know why, whatever it did, you know. But that won't be too hard to fix. But I'm probably just I'm gonna cut that out. Just put a piece of steel in there. Put a couple of these ribs in here with the steel, and get this all vacuumed out so I can see what the hell I'm doing. And pull this carpet back a little bit more too. Well, I'm just going to give it a quick coat of chassis saver because I don't know how to reseal that. Just so I got something on it, man. I'm like, holy shit. There's going to have to be a pretty big piece of metal cut over this. And I'm going to get it down underneath here because I got a piece of wood lifting up the rug. Which means I'll eventually have to take the seat out, but don't want to do that right now. Just want to get this taken care of. Now, all I'm doing is pouring some out from the can. It's like there's just a little hole in the can. Just pouring it out. I'll smear it around with a freaking paper towel now. That'll work. And this stuff, you just put it on nice and heavy. Because, I mean, not heavy, but just let it pour in there, man. And, you gotta do this get the can out and, but it'll coat it. When it coats it on rough rust, it's going to actually it'd stick better than even if it was sandblasted metal. And if this was done a long time ago, I didn't think there was a hole here, man, because it's like that was blocked. The catalytic converter is covering that shit up. Never noticed that. And the catalytic converter is only a couple inches from the floor. Well, that's a hell of a lot better than it was. So we got to make some plates for this. This isn't going to be too hard to do because it's just a flat piece of steel with some grooves in it. And kind of wondering if I want to just rivet it on there and put like tar or some shit, because it's probably more rust proof than freaking welding it. Tell you the truth, that might be the way to do it, because even though it sounds, body shops go nuts over that, I don't know, welding, you just can't really, you got to cut it out all the way and you got to weld both sides. So I might do it that way. I'm not sure, or maybe I will weld it. I'm not sure, but at least now I realize I got to pull these seats out of here, because there could be something below these seats, like surface rust or something. So, but after I get this part done, and a little plate here and a little bit down there, and a couple things in the back, that's everything I freaking know of. Oh yeah, and the door I'm just gonna freaking seal it up with some that panel adhesive, man. I'm not gonna even fucking bother try to make a door skin out of it. Man, that was too much of a pain in the ass to do on the other side. But panel adhesive will plus if I rust proof the inside of it really good, it ain't go nowhere. So, but I didn't expect to do this, so I'm just, I was just figuring I was going to pull some of this shit off of here and take a look under there, and I saw that, and I says, well, let me use the chassis saver on it, but it takes more time than you think. But, anyway, I'm glad I'm doing this shit, because there's a lot more shit to do than I thought. But this is what I was going to say. This must have been rusted out from back in the 90s or 80s, because I had this under the carport and it was facing the other way, and this was on the inside of the carport, so there was no water getting on here, no rain on the window or nothing. So this must have been from like the 1980s or maybe even early 90s or something like that. Shit, it wouldn't even been then. I would have been Southern California. Most of this was from the late 70s and the 80s. Crap, this must have been here forever. Just never realized it, because that carpet's so damn thick. It didn't feel like the floor was weak, but now I could press my finger on it, I could feel, oh man, that's pretty bad. But that won't be too hard to fix. I think I got enough metal too, so. Well, enough talking, but I'm glad I did this, because You know, that's the thing. You find an hour here and there, just keep working on it, you know. This shit here, I'll cut this out or just Dremel this shit around here, and I'll make a couple pieces for that, and I can put something in there. I'm also going to spray. I'm going to get way in here too with the rust killing primer. And jeez, man, a lot of shit on here. But you know what it's going to be? It's going to be one of these things where I'm going to keep finding shit. That's why I'm not going to get this car all perfect, because there's going to be a spot of rust here and there, and it's like, that's why it's getting painted with cheap paint, because it's going to be fix or repair as I see it. So forget about that fancy shit. And yeah, I said this on another video, but if you're watching this video, how I reseal these cans, I just put a couple pieces of Monster tape over the screwdriver hole I punched in there. That's it. This can's about at least 2 years old. It hasn't dried out. I found it a lot easier to use it that way, because then I could just pull off the tape or re-punch that hole right through the tape, and 2 slices of Monster tape keeps it from getting you know, this stuff from getting all hardened up and stuff. And but it makes it real easy to pour out when I go to use it again, because it's just one little hole. So it's like all these little bullshit details. Like, I got to find a couple screws for this thing too. That was missing. So anyway, over now.